What were they thinking? I mean, this movie is a prime example how to waste your runtime. This is unfathomable. You know, I'm glad I rewatched this. I didn't turn to be a good movie, but now I can disassociate from the Brie Larson personal fiasco, the actress and all the circumstances. And I could just place this movie where it fits better. Seriously, if this movie would have been the very first movie of the MCU, it would have been fine. It wouldn't be good, but it would be probably acceptable. The MCU standard, let's face it, isn't very high. I'm sorry to say that, but the MCU is not a good franchise. It's a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry to say that, but that's it. It's not good. But some decisions were made which shouldn't have been allowed. The script is bad, so that's one. And the director is bad. Brie Larson, I kid you not, I see under a mediocre director could have worked out. Wouldn't be great. Wouldn't be a great person to work with. Wouldn't be a great person to build marketing around. Probably with instructions she could do a marketing campaign if you sent her alone and the audience couldn't see the obvious clashing with the co-workers. But this is just not it. And aside the wasted screen time, the undeveloped plot point, the undeveloped themes, and even I, who never read the Skrull-Kree War, can tell that the Skrulls are not this. This is now how they should have been presented. Even I know that the Skrulls are a scam. They are not the good guys. Here they are clearly the good guys. They are clearly refugees. They did nothing wrong. But even I know in the comics, they are not the good guys. Neither are the Krees. And that's the biggest issue here. Starting with that, the first Kree we meet is not blue. Why is Judd Law not blue? And why is there a black Kree? Incomprehensible. And why is Fury the comic relief character? This just make you cry. If I could cry, I would. It's the physical thing, the pressure that does not come from here to here, so my tears don't start to flow, but I'm serious. I feel the need to cry for this decision. And the retconning of the eye, why wasn't it good enough that it was Fury trusting in someone and that's why he lost his eye? What's this random thing? And even if this would be, it could have been written this way. But then the cat should have been presented as annoyed, not purring, this cat obsessive version of Fury. What was that? And Captain Marvel's powers. Don't start with the Tesseract. Start with how they work. Captain Marvel is a human. We don't know about genetic manipulation, neither cybernetic implants. So her powers, coming from the Tesseract energy source, and to the point that the ship worked with Tesseract power, fine. Okay, why not? The shield made Tesseract power guns, so that's a thing. I don't agree with that, but okay. And it exploded only towards her, and somehow, although standing at the same distance, did not hit or affect Judd Law. Fine, it's a comic book movie. Good. Okay. But she acquired beam powers. And she's a human. Sure, she got some blood transfusion. I don't know why, because she clearly have red blood. Not blue. She should have blue blood. That's a problem because when she sees blue blood and red blood, and that's clearly a concept for her, and I mean not a concept that causing her recognizing Kree and Skrull, and it's a mess. Point is, the Kree and Skrull has more physical strength than a human. They have super strength. Captain Marvel should not have it, because she's a human. So why can't she fight unarmed, without powers, against a Kree or Skrull? When we clearly see Fury, who is a male human, cannot, amongst other things. The other thing is her powers. This is again this undecisiveness of the creators of the MCU. This again comes up. How does her power work? What does the thingy on her neck do? The story should be that everyone is working with these beam powers, and she has big beam power, while the others have lesser beam power. So the Kree should not have guns, and any weapons they use should use beam power. Like you see, Judd Law has this fist thingy, and it has a green aura on it, like Green Lantern. Because this is a Green Lantern movie, just on an acceptable level. So when there comes the sword guy, he should have an aura that flashes into the sword and all the other weapons. Talking about the other people, the other three, they don't get screen time, they don't get characters. Same problem as in Blade 2. That's a shit movie because the side characters don't have their own moments, their own character, their usefulness in the story, in the script. They are just merchandising opportunities. That's bad. That's not how a script should be sent to execution. That's unacceptable. And you see, there is the problem of the Tesseract. The Tesseract, according to Captain America, First Avenger, that was a mistake made by the studio. Because Brie Larson, being the superpowered superhero, Nick Fury talking about related to the Avengers Initiative, because we know that there was an Avengers Initiative before Tony Stark and all that. We see in the first Captain America movie that the Tesseract is with Captain America. Now, Captain America falls down in 1945 and is found and tapped out, and the Tesseract is found in 2008, maybe 2009. So, how does Marvel have it in 1988? That's impossible. Not even the Shield can have it in 1995. That just cannot happen. That's a problem. This movie was obviously rushed into production because Brie Larson fucked Feige, but these are basic core data that they should have it on a chart. What happens when? There aren't many notes to add. I'm making the notes. There aren't many. How they could fuck up the timeline this bad? Of course, in production order, this wasn't the first that fucked up the timeline, if I'm correct first, but we will get to the Spider-Man movies. Yeah, that's a spoiler. At least that's where my memory said that they really started to fuck up the timeline. And you know what annoys me really well? Big. I don't know the English phrase here. They are clearly ripping off scenes. They are ripping off here E.T. and they were reusing animation from the first Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, the Groot waving its tentacles. Here, Boss or Goose, the Mad Goose Wizard, I don't know, is waving around its tentacles. That's the exact same animation, recycled. And there is when they are fighting the female crew with a plane. That's just a recycled animation from Independence Day. when, Will Smith was fighting the alien in the canyon, shooting it down. I won't go into. I don't care about the Easter eggs or fan service. You call it what you want. That Monica Rambeau singing wasn't. It could have been anything, and all the other stuff that just I could complain a bit about the physics again and all that kind of terrible things. There was the post-credit scene is okay. That's not what I wanted to bring up, but there was something I wanted to bring up. Yeah, the last fight with the Kree commander, the trainer of Brie Larson. That should have been, whatever the grammar is, should have had been a real fist fight. No pulls, no nothing. The guy, Jude Law, obviously lost his temper. The scene is writing itself. Seriously. You have to do nothing. Then Brie Larson with a slight smile. I like her smile. It's fine. Not a great thing, but could have been, yeah, I'm calm. Sign of her calmness and whatever, and humanity. That, just a second. And she, because the Kree lost his wits. That should have been their weakness. So Captain Marvel could have been victorious in straight fist fight. There, right there. And that would have elevated her character to a real superhero. Really. Because that could have been her character development. Yes, she always had the power. And winning against the AI should have had been. If, everyone has the beam power, it would have been shown at the beginning of the movie. The AI telling her, "Oh, you could never control your power," and she realizing this, turning off the thingy on her neck, and getting free and blasting up the Kree flotta. It could have worked fine with this scene. There she uses her powers. And here she uses her training. And we have a full character. But no, we can't have nice things. And that's one other thing. Oh, you are a human. And she stands up hearing this. But for that, you should have shown us humans standing up. Humans on Earth being beaten and standing up. I don't care how. You show me people on the street blowing up their stuff and they come, okay, now please pay for my flipper or whatever. The barkeeper. Go there and, okay, please pay for that. Clearly seeing he has no power over this super being, but he still come there and please pay for that. or see, I don't know, in TV, how the Avengers won against the overwhelming odds and everything, or any of the other movies, or I don't know, just something, anything, where humans are beaten and standing up. Humans are beaten and standing up. Then Brie Larson at the end, when she is stripped away her whole conscious life, because she, lost her memories and only knows her past from files, and now she isn't even Cree anymore, and she's just a human with emotions and all that. And she just got pummeled by, the Cree commander, Judd Law, and she stands up and beats the crap out of him. That should have been a theme. This movie is redeemable. I'm just rewriting it. As a screen doctor, not a screenwriter, as a screen doctor, we could remake this movie. Seriously. This could have been a thing, and if they don't fixated on this phase 1, 2, 3, they could have said, this movie is just a phase 1 movie. Yeah, we retroactively make it, place it to phase 1. Because that's how it works. Instead we get this crap, this waste of time, this disturbance in the continuity. Yeah, these are noises I'm making because this is ridiculous. This is $1 billion studio making hundreds of millions dollar movie, and that's just the cost plus marketing and whatever. And yeah, shit, I can do better. And my only qualification is 6,000 watched movies and series. It's ridiculous.